Hi, welcome to Ocean Yumi's channel. So, um, a while ago, Martha from Richard Gadd's story, the real life Martha, was just interviewed by Pier Morgan. Um, that's all I can say. She comes over as a liar. She tries to cover it up. I forgot that next word that I'm looking for. She tries to cover it up, and it's like when she's talking, you literally can hear the character of what Richard Gadd wrote through her talking. I'm gonna see if I could share. If I can't share, I have to share it the other way, because if it's gonna keep stopping and starting, it's gonna get on my nerves. This is the real life Martha that Richard wrote, baby. Oh, look, I'm forward in the thing. Let me just get to the point. That Richard wrote baby reindeer about, right? Now, there is a story to why she referenced him as baby reindeer, okay? And she is very strange character. Now, though she says that she has not been to jail, sorry, quote, been to jail, I'm just like, let's just change the screen a little bit, make it a little more lively. I'm just like, Now, Piers Morgan asked her some very good questions, I would say. He asked us some good questions. And I think he even asked her about the texts, the emails, and the harassment on a whole, and all that stuff. And she says she has a loyal friend, and she's a lawyer, which is what was shown in the program. And this lady is psychotic. That's all I can say. She's psychotic. Her mind's not all there. The elevator doesn't go all the way up. I'm hoping this will play without jigging around and stuff. But if it doesn't, I'll have to come back later, because I was meant to do the thing on sorry, I keep thinking, sorry, my mind keeps wandering. On the dark side of Ocean Yumi. But anyways, let me play this. Let's go play.
But if the police looked at this, and if you sue, for example, then this will go to a court of law, and then on discovery, people will look into all this. The phone company will be asked about evidence of all the text messages. The internet providers will provide all the backup for the emails. Facebook will be asked about the Facebook messages, and so on. So all of this would come out in a court case.
In disclosure, yes.
And you're prepared to do that?
Yes. Because I didn't write him the emails.
Who do you think did?
I have no idea. I think he probably made them up himself. I've no idea. 41,000 emails.
Yeah. I mean, would you accept that someone who did that would be very obsessive about someone?
Yes. I mean, that's a lot of emails. And why now? Why didn't you go to the police at the time? Or this sort of doesn't make sense.
I mean, the fact that Netflix have said this is based on reality, this is a true story, that Martha did, the real life Martha, the person they based this on, who Richard Gadd has written about, is the person that sent these. and he has the evidence to prove it. What you're saying is that proves you cannot be Martha.
Yes, and I'd like this evidence for that, which would come out in disclosure as well.
And you're 100% sure it's not you?
Yeah, absolutely.
It goes on to say that you heckled Richard Gadd when he was appearing in his stand-up shows. Did you ever do that?
No.
Never?
No, it's not.
Did you ever attend his stand-up?
I think I went to one. It was a long, long time ago.
And you never shouted out or anything?
Why would I do that? No.
I don't know.
No. I mean,
do you ever shout out at comedy shows? I don't know.
No. I don't generally go to comedy shows.
I just researched a while ago, and there is a video of Richard Gadd literally on stage, and you can hear it sounds like her in the background. I don't know why she's lying on this interview. I'm gonna put I'm gonna share it in the community tab, because she's trying to play the victim at this point, and it's like, as she talks, like I said, you literally can hear the character within her. It's quite scary to say that, but that's what I hear when I listen to her talk. You hear the Martha character comes out of it. Certain things, she contradicts herself on a lot of levels. Like, I think Piers asked her about something to do with his work, and she goes, when he clocked in at the same time, I think the words was, and I'm just thinking, so in her mind, she's not stalking him. Then it seems like she Googles him. Even till now, she Googles him. And it's just like, I hate when I'm lost for words. I hate when I'm lost for words, because like when you actually, sometimes in most cases, when you see the real life characters to these series and programs, and then you actually meet the villain of the program, you actually see the villain of the program. And even though the person's contesting that they are not like that, and they wasn't doing like this, and they wasn't doing like that, and when I'm listening to what he's asking her and how she's talking, she's very much, she's more like she's lying, but the lie, what she's telling, she's giving herself away as she's trying to rebuttal the lie. It's just mad crazy. But I'm going to let it play for a bit.
So you never heckled him?
No.
Did you ever attack Richard Gadd's girlfriend because you were jealous?
No, I don't think he had a girlfriend. I think he's homosexual. But no, I have never been to his house or attacked any girlfriend or anything like that.
There are lots of scenes where Martha is sitting outside his house all day for many days, sitting in a bus stop, sitting out there, walking around, and would occasionally shout at him. Did you ever do that?
No, I haven't seen the show, but I'm getting.
I have. So
Yes, I got all the court allegations, the trial allegations.
I'm going to come to that. But on that point, did you ever turn up at his house?
No, I don't know. I don't know where he lived. No, absolutely not.
So whoever's doing all this is somebody completely different.
This is a fictional character, hyperbole, exaggeration. This is a fiction.
Well, it's based on
of his imagination.
They say it's based on a real person.
Who's they? Netflix.
Well, Netflix and Richard Gadd.
Netflix are about as mad as Richard Gadd. If they're saying that, it's absolutely not correct.
Did you ever contact Richard Gadd's parents and threaten them?
No, that allegation was put to me by journalists. No.
Never happened?
No.
There's one key point in the drama that has Martha's character pleading guilty to intimidating Richard Gadd in court and sentenced to 9 months prison time. Let's watch.
You're charged with the stalking of Mr. Donald Dunn between the dates of the 14th of August 2015 and the 22nd of March 2017. Are you guilty? or not guilty?
Guilty.
You were charged with the harassment of Gerald Dunn and Eleanor Dunn between the dates of the 6th of June 2016 and the 22nd of March 2017. Are you guilty or not guilty?
Guilty. A little reindeer.
Now, again, there is obviously a resemblance between.
Do you think so?
Well, a bit, but
That's hardly flattering.
Well, I don't mean.
I think Richard Gad got the character down to the T, the type of person that she is. She's looking at herself. It's like looking into a mirror. That's what's happened there. That's a shock look on her face. I don't even know. I'm sure she's got plenty answers to rebuttal whatever Piers is going to come with now.
To flatter you or not flatter you, I just think there is a resemblance. Having met you, and you both speak Scottish people.
Yeah.
But the fundamental point of this is: did you take part in that? So did you go to jail? Did you have a trial?
Of course not. Of course not.
Have you ever been to prison?
No.
Have you ever been charged with a criminal offence?
No.
Never.
No.
Nothing.
Nothing.
So that scene is completely invented.
That's completely false. And I don't think the actress sounds like me. I mean, people compare me to Lorraine Kelly, but I look nothing like Lorraine Kelly. We all happen to have dark hair and we're Scottish. I think the actress is from Glasgow, I think, but I'm not sure.
But and which part of Scotland are you from?
I'm from the Central Belt.
So a slightly different accent.
It's slightly different.
A Scot would know the difference.
The accent's the same. I don't know what she's talking about. She's trying to cover her tracks. She's trying to make out the character don't sound like her. The character sounds like you, Martha. It's very cunning. It's very canning. He definitely got you down to a T.
Scott would know the difference. The Glasgow accent's very different.
But that's a fundamental point here, because if they basically have a key point in their drama, which they say is a true story, which involves you admitting to intimidating Richard Gadd and getting a 9-month prison sentence, and that is completely untrue.
That's completely untrue. Very, very defamatory to me. Very career damaging. And I wanted to rebut that completely on this show. I'm not a stalker. I've not been to jail. I've not got injunctions, interdicts. This is just complete nonsense. But you'll know yourself, if you're charged with a criminal offence, it will go fine, bigger fine, whatever. Very few people go to jail.
Well, you'd have a police record
nowadays.
Yeah. Have you ever changed your name?
My surname was double barreled.
What was it?
Muir Harvey. So Muir Harvey.
M-U-I-R.
Yes.
Harvey.
When the parents got divorced, I changed it to Harvey. I just dropped.
So your maiden name when you were born was?
Yeah, that's right.
Was
Muir. Yes.
Muir Harvey.
Yeah.
So that's quite an unusual name.
Yeah.
So if you'd ever received a criminal conviction for anything, it would be on police files.
Yes.
And what you're saying is you've never been even charged with an offence.
No.
Let alone the one that they.
Yes, enacted. This is 9.5 months in jail. Is pretty serious.
Did Netflix ever contact you?
No, no one's contacted me.
Never.
Never.
Did Richard Gadd tell you what he was doing?
No, I had worked it out when I saw the festival Baby Reindeer advert on BBC.
The Edinburgh Festival, which is the show you did.
I just happened to see that. I was looking up the news for something else.
Because that's where he.
I just happened to see that.
Well, that's where he started telling the story, and that got picked up.
I was shocked. And I think Martha then was a bar stool. I seem to recall reading that. It wasn't an actress or a person, it was a bar stool.
Let me just show a little clip. This is from Lorraine, actually, who you just compared yourself to. But let's take a look at this.
What other people do.
This is Richard Gadd on Lorraine.
I just thought it was the right time to sort of try and bring a nuanced conversation to something. I think the human condition is extremely complicated, and I felt like a lot of art and TV in this day and age had maybe simplified it too much.
It's not a villain and victim storyline. I think you're left with a lot more than that. It's kind of two lost people.
What's your response to that?
I think they're milking it for all it's worth for the money. She doesn't even sound Scottish in that interview. Her accent seems to be varying.
Well, she's not. She's English. She's an actress.
I was going to say it sounds more Lancashire to me. Yeah,
no, she's English.
She's
an actress. She's putting on the voice for you.
They're milking it for all they're worth. It was the right time to abuse someone all over social media and all over, basically somebody who's not from Loveyland, not from Theatreland, just abused me all over the newspapers. They're happy with themselves.
What do you feel about Richard Gadd?
I think he's psychotic, and I think that anyone going along, being in that play, and doing this to somebody, I find the behaviour outrageous.
He says the whole thing started because he felt sorry for you, and that's why he befriended you.
Your staff said that to me in the waiting room. This is a lot of nonsense. I've got lots of friends.
What did you talk to him about?
It was just a holy arms banter. It was
like what? What kind of thing?
What you're going to do with your life, or career stuff. Sort of. And I thought he was a stand-up show.
But is it possible he was under the impression that he felt sorry for you?
No, I never got that impression at all. I got the impression that he was all out for himself, wanted to sort of control that bar, very, very inarticulate, very full of himself. I should never have gone in that bar.
Do you wish you never had?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
If you need to write a business plan, you need to try Venture Planner. Just answer the questions and watch as it transforms.
How long did you know him for, Richard Gadd?
2 or 3 months. 2 or 3 months at maximum. He only worked there on certain days.
And did you always go on the days he worked there?
No, I've been in there on different days having food.
Have other people from the pub contacted you?
Nobody's contacted me.
No one at all?
About this at all, apart from the media, the mainstream media and stalkers on social media.
He says, Richard Gadd, he didn't see you as a villain, but as somebody who is unwell and needs help.
Yeah, well, he maybe should look a bit closer to home, to himself, as someone who needs help.
What, you think he's mentally unwell?
Yes, I think he always was. Whether there was an alleged rape or whether that rape was real or conceived in his mind, I think that would make him more
that's
unwell.
A rape that he says happened. Mm-hmm. It was a television person. We don't know who it was. Mm-hmm. Somebody was falsely linked with it who turns out to have nothing to do with it. But
and actually see
that was literally like a few days after it was released.
Right. So. I saw the headline. It was all over BBC Breaking News 2 weekends ago for 4 days, with Martha promoting herself, the character Martha, Jessica, promoting herself, and him saying, "Don't speculate." Wow, that's a bit rich now, isn't it? The fans do speculate.
Well, it was almost instantaneous. You were tracked down incredibly quickly.
The Wednesday, the Daily Mail got in touch with me. So that was all over BBC Breaking News, Friday, Saturday, Sunday and Monday.
I mean, the reason that internet sleuths were able to find out it was you was they found the tweets that you sent him throughout 2014. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I came across them tweets actually. I'm not even sure, but I'm going to take another look. I have actually come across the tweets that she sent as well. She definitely denies a lot of stuff. She lies all the way through this interview. She lies and she makes out like it's just a promotional thing. And because most of the people who's watched the Baby Reindeer has put 2 and 2 together, she's looking at defamation of character. She goes on a lot, right? You'll hear it as it proceeds to continue, as he questions her through the interview.
"10th of May, for example, 2014. Yeah. Richard Gadd, did you get my recorded delivery letter sent to the theatre, sent to arrive bank holiday Monday? So you sent him a letter then?
That was that. Sorry, you were right, something like that.
12th of June, same year. Your tweets cheer me up. Your timeline is good. 23rd of September. My curtains need hung badly.
We were trying to encourage him because with this first show or something like that. It's a long time ago.
Yes, on the 18th of December, please go and see Richard Gadd's show. It's well written and erotic.
Yeah.
The filmed bum shots are the best. Fantastic ass.
It was a joke. It was a joke.
But
we were trying to encourage him.
Nothing negative, though, about it there.
No, because I didn't think he was a complete psychopath who was going to attack me in this way.
But the show did involve you.
This show here, not that show there.
That made no reference to...
This was a previous show.
It made no reference to you, that show.
Which show?
The one you're talking about.
Yes. So, it's funny this is coming up now. My view is it's all about the money. The Martha Barstow Edinburgh Festival thing wasn't making any money. He'd failed as a comedian. He'd failed as an actor. And therefore, let's make some money, sell this to Netflix. I think anyone in their right mind, you had a group of guys on there in their 20s. They don't believe it.
Can I ask you, what was your upbringing like?
I was going to say standard Scottish, singing standard Scottish countryside.
Happy? Happy upbringing?
Impoverished, but middle class upbringing, if you like.
Any siblings?
I have a sister. My mother worked incredibly hard. My parents got divorced when I was 9, but she worked like a Trojan.
Are either parents still alive?
My mother is, yeah.
And how does she feel about this?
I've not talked to her about it. I'm hoping she'll have just seen the Scottish headlines and that's it. She's not an internet freak or anything like that.
But she has no idea what's happened to you then?
She will know bits. And she was very, very angry with Laura Walker for doing the original article when I went for parliamentary
You haven't talked to your mother about this?
No, and that may seem strange, but I don't want to worry her. I'll tell her I've been on the show when it airs. I don't want to worry her.
Let me ask you, The Sun reported an interview with Laura Ray, who you've referenced, who accused you of inappropriate behaviour whilst you worked with her. Now, the background to this is that you came into contact with the late Glasgow MP Jimmy Ray, who died aged 78 in 2013, and his solicitor wife Laura, who was 62, when she was a former Labour Party member. Mrs. Ray said that she gave Aberdeen University law graduate you did graduate from Aberdeen?
Yes.
With a law degree. A trainee role at the legal firm McPhail Lawrence Partnership in 1997. Is that true?
It was called L&L Lawrence. I think she forgets the name of her own firm. It was called L&L Lawrence.
But that's all true. She gave you a trainee job.
She lured me away from another firm. She headhunted me from another firm because she needed someone to do employment law. And I'm pretty good at employment law, so... She
said that she had to sack you days later because you were completely incapable of behaving yourself.
I walked. Her staff were really, really rude to me. Most people, half the Labour Party, had been up there at one point or another and walked.
She then said that following you leaving, obviously very quickly, that you then harassed her. You were then known as Fiona Muir, obviously, as you said, Muir Harvey. Mrs. Ray said she was so frightened she issued workers at her firm with personal alarms. You were then served an interim interdict to stop you from contacting the lawyer or her politician husband. Daily Record reported that.
She messed up, I know, and I've still to speak to David about that, the author of that Daily Record article. She didn't. She messed up because I went into the Court of Session, the High Court in Edinburgh, to get countrywide interdicts, an interdict and an injunction in Scotland and England because I was going to move to London anyway. She mucked up.
Sorry, you went into court to get them yourself?
Yes, but there was no need against Laura Walker and Jimmy Ray.
But she said one was served on you.
Yeah, that's nonsense.
An interim
we have checked this out.
And again, there would be a public record of
yeah, absolutely. And
you're saying that it was never served?
What we think, she served the initial documents and then she might... no. She served the initial documents and then there was no hearing. It wasn't minuted for a hearing. I said I would defend, but she mucked that up too. She didn't fill up a second initial document. She then didn't minute for decree in absence. So there is no interim interdict in Scotland.
Why would two people who have no contact with each other at all, Laura Ray and Richard Gadd, why would they both portray you as a very unpleasant.
I don't know why Richard Gadd has, but Laura Walker, it was certainly because I was going for parliamentary selection.
But two different, you get my point, two different people.
Yeah, but Richard Gadd has Googled that. Richard Gadd has used that as
well, that's in the drama.
Show.
Is when they find out that you had previously harassed this family.
I haven't harassed that family. I didn't harass that family. And also I worked for in 1987, 88. The parliamentary selection wasn't until 2000. He Googled up the article because I knew he'd done that. I never went back to the Holy Arms. He was spreading it around Camden that I was a stalker.
You've never married?
No.
Have you had relationships with men? I mean, if you don't mind me being pure,
I'm heterosexual.
Yeah, I mean, how many relationships have you had?
I told the staff that relationships were out of bounds. A lot more than Richard Gadd has, I would say.
I mean, he had a lot.
Quite a few.
Right.
Well, I don't know if he had a lot. I don't know. I mean, I don't know how.
And obviously, now you're going. Here's my point. Now you're going public. Then the men that you've dated over the years will see this.
Yeah.
They'll be aware of it. They'll hear you.
I don't think if your next question is going to be, am I stalking them? I think the answer is going to be no.
Well, no, I just wonder how do you think they would view you?
I think they are going to think what I think about Richard Gadd, that he's completely off his head. And I'm not worried about the current one because he's a lawyer and he.
So you currently have a boyfriend?
Yeah.
He's a lawyer?
Yeah.
In London?
Doesn't matter where he is. I'd rather.
No, I understand. But how long have you been?
5 years. 5 years.
You've been in a 5-year relationship.
Yeah, so I don't.
So what does he think?
I don't want to drag him in. He thinks this is horrendous. All of my lawyer friends do. All of my professional friends do. Other people do. People are being really sympathetic. People I don't know are saying things like, "Are you getting hounded in the street?" People are being really, really nice.
I mean,
anyone who does know about this.
Here's the thing. I don't know the truth. You do. And you've been emphatic in the number of denials you're making here.
That's right.
But many of those things that I've put to you can be proven.
You're talking about emails and an email trail thing.
All that.
All of that. You're obsessed with, sorry, I don't mean to be horrible.
I'm not obsessed with anything.
You've gone on at length for a good 10 minutes about the emails.
Well, only because the emails.
Because it's a vast number.
Well, there's a huge number and voice messages. The voice messages he's kept apparently, and there is
maybe taping me in the Holy Arms. I don't know if he's got any voicemail.
But if he has 350 voice messages and it's you,
it doesn't mean the drama is true.
But is it possible he's got 350 voice messages?
I doubt that very much. I just don't think so.
You doubt it?
Yeah, I doubt it. I mean, unless
wouldn't
he's
you be
taping me.
I mean, if you've never really contacted him. If he
could have been taping me in the Holy Arms, though.
But if he's got 350...
I've not contacted
but if these are on his phone...
Yeah, it doesn't matter whether they're on a phone, tablet, whatever they're on. I've not contacted
But I'm curious, why would there even be a possibility of him having that number of voice messages from you?
Because he's crazy. He wants to make this up. I mean, I've not phoned the guy. I don't have his number.
Yeah, but you're not sure that he hasn't got those?
I think the only explanation for having a voicemail from me would be taping me in the Holy Arms. That's the only place.
Or that you've left messages on his phone.
That's the other explanation, which just didn't happen.
You can't be sure.
I can be sure because I didn't have his number.
Right, but you just said you weren't sure if these were your voice messages.
Yeah, what I mean is somebody could be taping me. Somebody could have taped me in the Holy Arms on a dictaphone or something that.
Here's my point to you, is that these are easily provable things.
Yeah.
He's either got them or he hasn't.
Yeah. I mean, we'll be asking for disclosure of that. But,
and the emails, obviously, there'll be an IP address. And that if that leads to you.
Yeah. I mean, my point is, though, even if that were true, I didn't lunge at him across the bar. I didn't sexually assault him in a canal. I didn't go to jail.
I understand.
So,
but here's my point to you. Yeah. Here's my point to you, Fiona. And I'm not trying to catch you out. I'm not trying to trap you. I'm genuinely fascinated by this story. I watched the drama. I saw them declare it at the start as a true story. And I've seen the interviews since with all various people. And it's clearly a very complex situation, this. But unless I'm mishearing you, I think what you're saying is there is a possibility that you send a lot of emails.
No,
and a lot of voice messages,
I didn't say
but that it doesn't mean that you did the more serious things.
Yeah, I am not saying at all that I sent loads of emails. You maybe misheard, play back the interview. What I'm saying is a handful at most. If I did, congratulations about the show.
But if he does have 350 voice messages,
I know that he doesn't.
And it's your voice.
He doesn't.
And everyone can now hear your voice.
Unless he was taping me in the Holy Arms.
Or he just kept them on his phone.
I didn't phone him. You sound unconvinced, but
I'm not.
She's denying everything. Anyway, I have actually found a article regarding her stalking the MP.
Real baby reindeer stalker was accused of harassing ex-First Minister. Published by The Sun. Fiona Harvey, 58, has been accused of being the inspiration for Martha in the Netflix smash. A woman claimed to be the real-life stalker from Netflix smash Baby Reindeer was previously accused of harassing two of Scotland's leading politicians. Fiona Harvey, 58, came into contact with the late Glasgow MP Jimmy Ray, who died aged 78 in 2013, and his solicitor wife Laura, 62, when she was a former Labour Party member. Mrs. Ray told how she gave Aberdeen Uni Law graduate Ms. Harvey a trainee role at legal firm McPhail Lawrence Partnership in 1997. But she sacked her just days later because she was completely incapable of behaving herself. Mrs. Ray was then allegedly harassed by Ms. Harvey, who was known at the time as Fiona Muir. She claimed she was subjected to disturbing phone calls and an uninvited visit at her home, and was told, "I'm going to get you." Mrs. Ray said she was so frightened she issued workers at her firm with personal alarms. Ms. Harvey was served an interim interdict to stop her from contacting the lawyer or her politician husband, the Daily Record reports. She claimed, "I worked for 2 weeks. I was hired to do industrial tribunals. I walked. I've had no contact with her for 25 years." It's also alleged Ms. Harvey, originally from Fyvie, Aberdeenshire, had earlier harassed late First Minister Donald Dewar and made a bid to be nominated by Labour for a Holyrood seat. She was said to have frequently turned up at his constituency surgeries and claimed she was his special advisor. Ms. Harvey is alleged to be the inspiration for sinister Martha in Netflix hit Baby Reindeer. Penned by and starring Scots comic Richard Gadd, 34, from Wormit, Fife, it tells how he was stalked by an obsessed woman he met while working in a London pub while trying to crack the big time. Ms. Harvey says she met him at the Holly Arms Boozer in the city's Camden and has received threats from fans after being linked with the character. We told how she claims to be considering legal action against the streaming giant Netflix over the portrayal of the role. Mr. Dewar died in 2000, aged 63.
This lady is something else, though. I'm telling you. She is something else. She's something else. Let me see if I got the. I ain't got it.
So this is the update video about the video that I posted yesterday about Fiona Harvey. So last night, after I posted the video, I think you can all understand, my phone totally blew up. Each time I went on to TikTok, it was maximum notifications. But what I did not expect was for my phone to blow up outside of TikTok. I kept on getting emails for the same person. I kept on getting texts for the same person. And I kept on getting phone calls for the same person. I had to block 4 phone numbers. And then a 5th phone number started phoning me. So it got to the stage I had to turn my phone off. But this email that I've had that's no came for this said person, I genuinely believe that this came for somebody that knows her. And I genuinely think this is somebody that's wanting to warn me about said person. So that's the update. Since posting this video, My phone is blew up on TikTok. My phone is blew up off TikTok. I'll be going live later tonight. If anybody's want to come in, I'll be able to show you more texts, more emails. I just, even the stuff that she's putting on Facebook and that, it's just all tying in. I can't understand. I can't believe that this is her. This could be her. And like, there's just, I can't, like, is this her? So this is the update video about it.
Well, that's one TikToker. They said that how it possibly could be Fiona blowing up his phone, and it's the same iPhone kind of thing that is on the that is seen on portrayed on the Netflix thing where she's messaging Richard Gadd a lot. So she is definitely very much what's the word? Manipulative in her words. She's trying to right now lie and say that how he's trying to make money off of her and all this, as you heard earlier. Now it's left to be seen. Please tell me in the comments what you think of the interview that Piers Morgan did with Fiona Harvey, aka Martha from Baby Reindeer. What do you make of her? What do you think of her? What do you think when you watch her when you see her now after watching the Netflix series? Because to be honest with you, when I hear her and I see her expressions, I see the person that Richard Gadd portrayed on screen. And it's like, even though she's trying to say that the actress do not look like her, sound like her, whatever, it's an English actress, right? They study the character they're gonna become. They take on the spirit of the character. So obviously she have it down to a T. My thing is also when the actress is getting interviewed, and I think Richard Gadd, is her face, her eyes, the way she opens her eyes, like you know, you can literally see Martha all over her. And as much as she tries to rebuttal it, to me it's too canning, and there's nothing you can say that can change. I mean, like, yes, like I said, things can be taken wrongfully, or when you watch certain biographical series, normally they get one or two things wrong. This is just too close to home. It's too aligned with the situation. And the fact that she mentions his sexuality a lot as well says a lot. She says that she don't remember fighting with him. Well, I don't know, that's neither here nor there at the present moment. He said he didn't put down everything that happened with him in the Netflix series. He put down some of it. The biggest one for him was what happened to him with the producer person. And even she said that how she didn't know that happened and all this, but it's not for you to know at the end of the day. Anyway, I'm just gonna see how this is gonna pan out, because like she's come out of the woodwork. She's spoken to newspapers. Now she's on Piers Morgan. Where's this gonna go? Does she want money herself? Does she want money out of the Netflix series herself? She's trying to make out like she's trying to clear her name. But you've done this before. You've done stalking before with the minister already, the lawyer lady. So basically, I just want to hear your point of view on this. If you have watched Baby Reindeer, like I said, just watch Baby Reindeer and see, because I guarantee you, when you finish watch that program or series, when you listen to her, to be honest, you have no sympathy for her. That empathy that you probably would have had for her before, that empathy is not there because of what she's done, and she's saying she hasn't been to jail. I don't believe that. I think she has been to jail of some sort. She did get charged for stalking. Maybe she stalked a few other people. Who knows? Yeah, I mean, I couldn't play all of the Piers Morgan interview, but the little bit there, that little slice there, this tells you the type of person and character that she is. So, I'm not being black and white here, or whatever the case may be. When my friend told me that there was the interview, and I said to my friend, Rashi sound like the character, exact like the character, even though like most people don't get the character down to a T. He got her down to the letter, right? And I think in the live today, or the one when I put up the article when he did the interview, and I'll repeat, he said he did not put down everything what happened between them. So he showed the worst, and the worst is part of the emails, the texts, phone calls, all that, and you can tell she is not all there. She's clearly not all there. I'm actually surprised that she's out in public, to be honest. But anyways, it's not for me to judge. But I think this is by public opinion what Pierce is going by giving this interview as well. And yeah, I just thought I'd put this up anyway, because I think that how I need to add this to the Baby Reindeer, as I did the Baby Reindeer earlier today. So this is just to add to the record of what's going on with Hi Brown Sugar. I'm just about to come off. I'm just literally about to come off because I was, me, I say my piece and then I come off. So whenever you get a chance, just watch Baby Reindeer. There will be some bits that is a bit graphic in parts, but I do believe that how he relived. Yeah, okay, Brown Sugar. He relives the whole thing through the series. It seemed to me like he relived the whole thing. I have on the other channel the one of him telling the story about what happened to him with the producer. I will tomorrow do on that one tomorrow because I feel like I need to cover that. I'm not going to add it over here. Yes, the woman is nuts. She's just done an interview with Piers Morgan, and I've just showed a bit of it, even though my thing buffed a little bit. And I've just done a show and played a short article of her stalking an MP. Let me give the time scale to it. We give the time scale to exactly. Let me see where the time scale is. I just had the time scale. I lost it. She harassed the MP in 2013. All right. So this is not new to her. So because she's probably been through questioning and stuff like that, obviously, right, she knows what to say. And by the look on her face, I mean, when you guys watch her facial expressions, you can tell me what you think. And I will attach the interview to the community tab so you can literally hear it from the horse's mouth yourself, you know. And yeah. So with that said, I'm literally going to come off of here. Thank you, Brown Sugar, for coming, and I'll catch you in the comments section, and I'll see you later. Take care. Bye.